The acclaimed Broadway composer Stephen Sondheim wrote, "If I cannot fly, let me sing." All her adult life, Jolie Dunham let fly with a rich voice that entranced all who listened. And then,
all of a sudden, on July 5th of 2015, I went to bed and thought, something's wrong. I feel like I'm in labor, and I know that can't be. So the next morning, I went to my doctor's office. I didn't even call. I just showed up there and said, there's something wrong. And when they examined me, they said, we think you need to go to the ER.
That trip to the emergency department was the beginning of a journey that took quite a few twists and turns and was always accompanied by a searing pain. Jolie had acute pancreatitis.
Nice.
An actor, singer, and chorus teacher, Jolie would spend the next 4 years working in this upstate New York high school, always accompanied by pain.
You know, it would happen usually after I ate. And it didn't matter what I ate. Sometimes it would almost feel like I was having a heart attack. I mean, it had different pain patterns to it.
Jolie had been diagnosed with pancreatitis by one doctor, but that physician wasn't able to present a long-term solution.
I ended up going into the hospital, had my gallbladder removed. That didn't do anything because they thought there might be microstones, but you know, that surgeon kept saying, why the pancreatitis? And there was some dilation of the ducts that would show up in the CT scans, but doctors were still mystified.
Until she was referred to Dr. Marlon Levy.
I tend to live on the gullible side of life, and so when people, present with signs and symptoms, my first impulse is to take them at face value. Sometimes that's not correct. Most of the time it is, and I think there's tremendous power in listening to the patient and trying to understand, what exactly are they telling you.
After a variety of tests, the VCU transplant team discovered that, unlike so many pancreatitis patients whose conditions often result from eating and smoking habits, Jolie's condition was simply genetic.
He said, Jolie, based upon your acute pancreatitis, your daily symptomology, and the genetic results, if you said, Dr. Levy, I'm ready to remove my pancreas, he said I could do it today and sleep like a baby tonight. And I just trusted him so much with his extensive background that I was willing to say, let's go. He said, I really believe this is going to make a big improvement in your lifestyle.
Let's go meant making the trip from New York to Richmond to undergo a pioneering procedure that is creating nearly miraculous recoveries from this painful ailment.
We remove the pancreas surgically. We do it in a way that preserves the blood supply to the organ up to the very last minute because we don't want the islet cells, the cells that make insulin and glucagon, to go without oxygen, without blood supply.
After removing Jolie's pancreas, the transplant team sent it to the Pancreatic Islet Cell Laboratory just a few blocks from the operating room. From there, lab technicians removed the islet cells from her pancreas, washed them, packed up the fluid, and sent it back to surgery, where Dr. Levy and his team implanted the cells in her liver. Today, Jolie's liver now distributes the islets through her system, effectively preventing diabetes and putting an end to 4 years of pain.
I'm rewired, but now I wear it like a badge of honor. So, I'm probably the only person in 2 counties around here that has my liver digesting my food.
This new method of ending the paralyzing pain of pancreatitis is just emerging, with VCU's Hume Lee Transplant Center being one of the few medical centers that has made it almost routine as transplants go.
Within a day's drive, there's so many more people that can have access to the work that we do. Being at VCU, being on the East Coast, being in the most densely populated part of the country, to be able to offer these services is very much in line with what we had hoped to do when we came here.
It is almost too hard to believe that I can sing and being able to give to my students with full energy and love. And I get to play with my grandson and go walk the dog. And I really do owe it to Dr. Levy and the team at VCU, because without them, I wouldn't be where I am today and I wouldn't be feeling how I'm feeling.